What's up, everyone? It's Schlex.
And it's your boy Southwest Bully, the one and only.
And welcome to the Opposites Attract podcast. So today, we're going to tap into social media, the toxic side of social media, the benefits, the pros, the cons, follow and unfollow culture, a little bit to do with relationships and social media, and also how we feel about social media and the fact that in our opinion, that social media is not toxic. It's really us that makes it toxic. So tune in.
Tap in, baby.
I think that social media is not toxic. It's who you follow, essentially, that is toxic. So if you curate a page of people who you follow that's not toxic, i.e. not following people who make you feel like shit, for example, models, like people who you would not perhaps compare yourself to, and you follow gardens and recipes and cats, then it's not toxic.
So what's your idea of someone that's toxic to follow and someone that's not? Like, I get the cats and the cooking.
Well, because if you get into it, I would say to like the depths of it, because I feel like most people, like that's the overarching thing with social media. That's what people think immediately. It's toxic. It's bad. It's 100%. This. It's that. But it's really not. It's us that makes it toxic. It's us who we follow. It's the pages that we.
Yeah, you got to figure out how you're utilizing that tool. So, like you're saying, like if you're following cooking pages, or I like to follow a lot of investment and marketing and all that stuff, entrepreneurial pages or whatever, or like boxing pages. So that is like, I feel like what I'm consuming is beneficial to my life. But then there's a detrimental, like let's say you're trying to stop drinking and you're always following the peoples that are like club promoters.
Like you're partying. Exactly.
But that type of shit. So it all depends on what is toxic to you and what isn't. So I want to know, what is toxic to you? What do you not want to follow and what do you want to consume?
Personally, I don't even think I was necessarily comparing myself to people, but it's been like a year, I would say now, that I actually don't follow any celebrities. I don't, like if I want to tap into some tea or whatever is going on that I'm hearing about, I'll look up Kylie Jenner, I'll look up Hailey Bieber, I'll look up Selena Gomez, whatever the hell's going on there.
There's something going on.
I've been trying to keep up. I don't really get it though. But all these things that are going on, but if you don't follow these people, then you're not going to be comparing yourself necessarily to anyone, correct?
Okay, because you feel like women compare themselves
absolutely
to
but that's Kylie what I'm saying. So if you're following these people with like these Miami girls or these people with unrealistic body types or like all these, there's a bunch of different toxic cultures, if you will, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm like the most woke person.
No, that's not what we're saying here.
But I'm just saying, like, if you feel you're like yourself falling into a trap of thinking that social media is draining, which it sometimes is, but if you feel yourself falling into one of those traps or one of those holes of wanting to take a social media detox or things like that, it oftentimes would seem as though it's because you're following pages that just don't make you feel amazing. Because if, like I said, back to recipes and stuff, but if you're following pages that are recipes or animals or something, then I would go as far as saying you might not ever need a social media break if that's all you're consuming. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, in a sense. I agree with that. Yeah. But also, like, I follow a lot of masculine pages and they talk about dopamine.
Right.
So they'll revolve around like porn and masturbation and getting that quick fix. But whether you're following something positive or toxic, the act of scrolling constantly kills your dopamine levels. You get that high right away, and then after it's like you're not ambitious, you're not motivating your day, you don't want to get shit done.
And it's just like logistically just so time consuming, but just so not that useful, despite even all the pages that you're following that could be like investment pages or athletes or whatever. It really is just time consuming and draining where it could be allocated elsewhere.
It's just you get lost in the sauce. Time consuming, but you don't even realize the time fly by. So that's where I feel people say and I agree that social media is toxic when it doesn't have to do with who you're following or what you're following, but just the act of continuously scrolling. That's why I don't watch, my TV's in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Because
it's true.
I believe that having a TV in your living space could drain your energy.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they say, oh, people have been together for so long, but are they really together? Or are they just finish work, they sit down and they're watching TV, and then it's like they barely speak on what they did during the day. 100%. You know what I mean?
I actually read, because we were just mentioning scrolling, but the way that this could be completely made up, but I saw somewhere that even the way that you refresh your page at the top, or you refresh your likes, or you do that like swipe down and then it will load and then it'll pop up all your recent likes or whatever's going on, that it's the same idea of at the casino when you scroll. When you not scroll, excuse me. When you pull when you pull the like the lever, if you will, that you're gonna get that instant like
that jackpot.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like on edge just like a second, seeing who's about to follow you. And it seems a bit deep, but like honestly, like it really. I know when I read that, I'm like, oh my god! And now anytime you drop a post, and then I'm going to scroll to see who liked it. I'm like, oh my god! I'm at the casino.
But because there's like this positive validation and this instant validation and gratification, or whatever you want to call it, that we seek, and that's why I think social media is a drug. It's a good drug. Hey, as a business owner, I want to get people hooked on my brand or what I have to sell, whatever product I have. It's the best tool. But at the same time, if you're not aware of how many time you're going, like there's this app called OAP. I was doing some business coaching for a girl, mindset coaching actually, and I told her to download OAP. So OAP, basically, you could have a dedicated time where you get like 5-minute breaks. So that's like you lock out any social media. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Okay. And then you get 5-minute breaks every like maybe 20 minutes.
Because you're spending the time on social media for your business, for example.
Yeah, but you want to take a break. You want to take a break because you have, homework to do or whatever, or you're with some friends. So you want to take a break from it because it's so addictive that if you don't have that app to block it out, you kind of get sucked into it. So Opal created this whole like, okay, you get this. There's like this deep time break and this regular time. So regular time, you get a 5-minute break. So I would put it for like, let's say 2 hours. I would do some admin work. Right. And then if I want to go and I pick up my phone, I'm blocked off, but it'll say break in 30 seconds. Okay. Then I could get that 5-minute window.
Check stuff.
But then you got deep focus. Yeah, it was called deep focus. So deep focus is like I could block it for 15 hours and there's nothing I can do. I can't open it. I can't go on it. No matter what. So when I see that no matter what.
Nothing. It's just crazy to even think that there's an app for that.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because we all know that it is a problem, and then this company's obviously found a solution to a problem that social media has created. Absolutely. And it's beneficial. But it's just crazy that's even out there, because it shows 100% the lack of control that we have as consumers, as social media users.
Yeah, I'm guilty.
Oh, 100%.
I won't even act here like I got it all under control. No. I am worse than before. I think the pandemic made it even worse, but way worse than I can ever imagine.
So I was going to say, like, what's your drug of choice? But what's your social media of choice then? You're always on IG, or are we on TikTok all the time?
Oh, I don't like TikTok. I'm always on.
I'm on TikTok now.
I'm on TikTok too, but TikTok is easier for me. I find TikTok so ugly that it's easier for me to
like the interface.
Because I'm all about I like aesthetics. I like nice things. So like I find Instagram, whatever you're looking at, it's well presented. Right. And when you go on TikTok, it's just a mess.
It's so chaotic.
It's chaotic, and that's what's working. And I'm not good with, like, especially when it comes to my social media. Like, you go on my page and everything is like, I won't say aesthetically pleasing, but it's very neat.
It's consistent. I know that because, well, of course from your page, but even as I was trying to get over the hump, I had a bit of a block to get onto TikTok, and everyone, what everyone says, get on TikTok, just start posting things. There's even a sound that mentions that, like, just get on TikTok and post something. And I was so blocked from getting on, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start posting a daily vlog a day. Like, that's so easy. And I was hearing from a lot of people, even I just do so much in my day, and I have a good routine.
And your days are structured. Yeah, exactly.
So structured.
That's
and
why
I'm
you can
here and there. And on my Fridays, I'm up for 24 hours because I wake up for my clients for 6:15. I'm up at 4:50, and then I go to bed at 4:50 usually because I'm at the club till 4 a.m. and then I go to bed at 4:50. So I'm up, and I fit so much in my day, and it's kind of entertaining. But as I was trying to navigate TikTok, and I literally just started, but everyone was telling me that and you can see just visually that it's a lot more chaotic. And it's a lot less aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion, than Instagram. Like, people are doing things and they're just spilling things. There's ice here. You're watching recipes. There's stuff everywhere. And then on Instagram, it's you put your best foot forward. But I think that's what makes TikTok arguably sometimes a little bit better, perhaps, because that does have a little bit more realness to it. People are showing a little bit more of their lives that are less
it's like going back to Snapchat, basically.
Yeah. That's true. That's what Natasha actually told me. She's like, you should use TikTok as your Snapchat. Use it as like a journal. Whatever you want to post on there, you could post. Whereas we have a little bit more. Yeah, we have a little bit more of a filtering process, if you will, to go through to post it on Instagram. Like we only want a certain number of posts, or we only want this, or et cetera, et cetera.
Like
but
I hate the TikTok logo.
I know, it's just, I just don't like that it's dark. I don't like, I know.
Everything's just so ugly, and like how it pops at the end and whatever. But whatever.
It's also so hard to use, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
I don't know if I'm the only one, because like kids use it, but it's.
But what I was doing is I just started posting. People were telling me, okay, you got to post on TikTok. You got to post. And then one of my videos with my son unboxing, and he's just watching me, and it got up to like 390K views. So it'll just blow like that.
But it's just so
overnight.
authentic. It's just so real. But it's the same things you post on IG though.
But Instagram, I have the same. I have one video that just hit 408K. It just blows up. It's just. But they say that while I was in Miami, I was looking at it because I was doing a lot of online. So I was focusing on building my social media, and they were saying that Instagram is now the best time to blow up on like your page.
Okay.
Exactly like TikTok. So it has the same, like not the same algorithm, but they're on the same same wavelength type thing. But what I really want to attack though about social media is the follow unfollow culture.
See, and this is I was actually going to bring it back to the toxicity of it as well. So that's a huge part of it. So first the pages that we follow, but then it's the individuals that you follow.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy that just the way that it works, like the, I guess, baseline and the fundamentals or logistics of the follow unfollow culture, and it's crazy to see, because it's it's just scary to like I know the follow unfollow culture. Is that what you were supposed to call it?
Yeah, but I've never heard anyone.
Okay, we're coining that term.
We're calling it that, so we have to explain what we mean by that. You know what I mean? So
okay, take it away then.
Follow unfollow culture is basically, let's say you're following someone and
you had a relationship with them. You had a relationship with them,
whether you worked with them or they're an ex or whatever. Oh, I hear it a lot in relationships. I find that so stupid.
Wait. So continue explaining it. So
basically you're following someone that you had any type of encounter with, whether you worked, coworker, school.
Even a random, not for anything.
Even a random that like you met one night at the club or at a party, and then you guys were cool for that one night. Follow each other, and after a week you realize, like, I don't really fuck with what this person is posting, or I don't even remember this person. Let me unfollow. And then you get that DM. Yo, why'd you unfollow me? Yo,
I've actually never gotten that though.
You've never gotten that DM?
I'm just like,
it's very common.
But how do people know that you unfollowed them?
Because a lot of people have those apps where they could see, or let's say you, like right now my followers are not big. Once I had like 6,000, almost 7,000, you can't really keep track. But when you have not a big following, let's say you go on your page, you see, oh, I have 1,502 people. And then after it's like, oh, but then how do you see the
exact individual is what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might notice the number go up and down, but it could be like.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I get someone to unfollow me, and because something happened during the week, I'll be like, I think it's this motherfucker. And then I'll go check.
And like,
I'll go check and I'll see like, oh, I knew it. That person unfollowed me. But it's the feeling and the emotions that people get around it.
Yeah, because it's like, it's nerve wracking. It's a little bit scary when you have that moment. You're like ready to unfollow the person.
I'm pro unfollow.
You're gonna sit down, and I'm pulling up my phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna unfollow that person. Like I've thought about it a little bit in advance. Like
whoever you need to unfollow, you're gonna unfollow it today.
Me?
Yeah, today. But I want to explain why I'm pro unfollow. I think.
So am I, but I feel like.
Oh, you are.
Yes, but
you're
it's
scared.
Just, yes.
Okay, but that's the issue.
So.
But that's the issue. It's that why has it become that if you are on Instagram, like everyone is, why is it an issue to unfollow someone?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
This is what goes through my head. So because like.
Don't forget, it's a virtual world.
No, 100%. And I'm gonna be honest, because you can keep that in the back of your mind all the time, but like then at the forefront, there's gonna be a different reason. Like we all know it's a virtual world, but then there's, like I said, the forefront. So personally, because of the follow unfollow culture and what it means to unfollow someone, oftentimes that's thought of, I'll say honestly, 99% of the time, that's associated with not liking the person. Correct? And not liking the actual individual, as opposed to not liking what they post or not wanting to keep up with them.
You say 99%?
Yes.
I think that's a high percentage.
No, that's it's just like that's what people think. If you unfollow someone, they think it's because you don't like them. But so that's where I'm bringing back my reason why it's like scary, if you will, to unfollow someone. It's because I don't want them to think I don't like them. It's not them I don't like. From the bottom of my heart, and I feel like you know this, I truly like almost everyone. Like I literally get along with everyone. I like everyone.
I think that's impossible, but yeah.
No, but I do. Like I
no,
really
I know you. You're a very like positive, optimistic person.
And I just like I hate
everyone. Fuck everyone.
Opposites attract. But see, that's the thing is that I think that they think that I don't like them, and that's not true. I do like them in real life, but what I don't like, or what I not even don't like, what I don't need to keep up with is their posts.
Yeah, their content.
Say for example, someone is like super into tattoos. I have one fugazi ass tattoo, and like I don't care to like follow a full page for it, for example. Like I don't need to keep up with that on the daily.
100%.
Unfollow. It's not the individual that I don't like, it's the content that they're posting. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm like, if I'm following a toxic wellness page that's just super, super, super strict, I'm like, I'm all about balance. I'm like, don't tell me not to go to the club. Don't tell me not to do this. Don't tell me not to do that. Like, it's just not the pages that I want to follow. And again, it's not the girl. I'm going to use girl in this case because I have someone in my head that I don't like. But it's just, our ideologies of things do not align.
100%.
You know?
Which is why I think it's very healthy to unfollow.
Yeah. But also, I do see the different side of that. I'm going to see both sides of the coin. I think it's also, not in the case that I just brought up, but it's also important to follow, I want to say different ideologies, because if we create an environment of it's good to be around like-minded people, but if we are solely surrounded by like-minded people, then all of our thoughts are just perpetuated. So if you are just, I'm going to bring this political, but I'm just using this as an example. If you are whatever, you're an individual, and you have certain political beliefs, and you just surround yourself with those exact
like you're liberal
political,
and you're just following liberal people,
then you're never going to be exposed to these other points of view. And again, that doesn't have to do with just politics. I'm talking about like different ways of thinking, different ways to work out, different diets, different things like this that you're never going to be exposed to, because all you're doing is following keto diets. All you're doing is following HIIT workouts. But okay, there's yoga, there's Pilates out there. But if it seems so like baseline or like a little bit voodoo, if you will. I feel like you need to follow a little bit different pages or different people, you have to be surrounded by that as well to expose yourself to those other things, you know?
100%. But I would have to contradict that, because I feel like on social media, because it's something that even you, myself, everybody in this room, we're kind of addicted to.
Right.
Which is why I feel like you should be more selective on what you're following and unfollowing.
Yeah.
But in real life, like, look, I'll hang out with people that have completely, I feel like in real life, go to that yoga place because you never go to yoga and you want to understand stretching and mobility and mindfulness and like whatever. Like in real life, where it truly matters to be open-minded and to really get that different cup of tea and to just expose yourself to different things. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
But on social media, I'm like, yo, listen, because I know of the effect of social media and how addictive it is and how much influence it has on you, if you're posting a booty pic every single day, and I'm already like, I don't want to watch porn, I don't want to see women in that light type of thing, like, yo, unfollow.
Yeah.
If you don't post anything else but your booty post, I don't want to see it.
Right.
If you're someone that, for example, at one point when I changed my life, all my friends are still partying, going to the club, popping bottles. I had to like, yo, I don't do this anymore. I'm really trying to start a business. I'm trying to be focused. I'm in the gym. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Okay,
that's so self-aware of you. That's good.
So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to follow. Not that I hate my friends, but I want to follow. Then you got people that, yo, why'd you unfollow me? Or you'll see someone in real life, and I think that's why people have that fear. It's like, oh, yo, you unfollowed me. But this is real life. So I'll explain to you. Yo, I have nothing against you. I just don't want to consume your content.
You've said that to someone?
100%. Because I'm not compatible to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. 100%. The same way in some relationships, are you going to stay with someone that you're not compatible with?
Right.
Are you every day going to use your number one tool
you don't want to use
that you always go on and always see the motherfucker that you don't want to see? It's fucking up your mood subconsciously. You don't realize. But all because you're afraid of hurting their feelings.
I know.
Okay, and this is where people now automatically, hold on, everybody is caught up in people pleasing and they don't fucking realize it. And I think that's what's stupid. Like the other day I was talking to the boys and I'm like, yo, I want to unfollow this person and this person. And like, oh, Jay, don't do that. It's going to make you look bad as a business owner. It's going to make you do this. It's going to make you, they're going to think this about you.
Care.
And then I realized how everyone is just worried about what other people think. But that's how you live a miserable life.
But it's our generation only. Because if I were to say this ever to like my dad,
your dad's
he would be like, and I'm just using like an older generation, not just necessarily my dad, but an older generation, they'd be like, where did that come from? Like my dad, if you don't like a page, you just unfollow. No adult,
straight up,
or older adult, is gonna ever think twice about it. It's in our culture that we are against it, or we get upset, or we get like up in arms about it with people, you know.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I just feel like people should stop having their panties in a bunch and feel offended
Yeah.
when someone unfollows you. People unfollow me every single day.
Do you think then the use of the mute and like, have you ever used the mute button?
But that's just to make us like,
I
oh,
know,
you know,
'cause
I don't
that's
want to
just
hurt their
the
feelings, so let
easy-
me mute.
it's the easy way
Every
out.
time I find, when they came out with that whatever, that feature,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I doing trying to mute someone?
Yeah, like because I'm not.
And then I
seeing
started
them.
using it, and I'm like, okay, I don't see them, but I still follow them when I don't fuck
Yeah.
with them or I don't want to see it. I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time when I unfollow someone, it's just, I don't fuck with you. I do
Yeah.
not fuck with you. If I unfollowed you before, I just don't fuck with you. I don't hate you. I just don't want to see your shit. So when I found myself muting people, I realized, what if they'd be in front of you, you wouldn't tell them how you feel?
Yeah.
Which you know me. I'll tell
You would.
motherfuckers how I feel
Yeah.
straight up. I don't care. I have no filter. So for me, it was like pressing the mute was like,
It's just like the easy way out.
no, but it was the easy way out, and it was also like I'm going against like it's like I don't want to say my ego, but it's like it's the fear of judgment, and it's
Right.
like I didn't hurt you, I didn't rape your
I
child,
know.
I didn't beat you, I didn't call you a bitch, I didn't call you a cunt. I just unfollowed you because I just prefer to consume things that make me
Yeah.
either happy, educate me, or because I truly care.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just find it crazy how people really make it a big thing. And for 2 seconds when the boys were telling me like, yo, don't do it. They're
Yeah.
going to think this. And I got
You're like,
scared.
yeah. You double thought it. Yeah.
I double thought it. And for a while, I've been double thinking a lot. And then I got back on my unfollow shit. I'm like, yo, you
Unfollow,
gone.
yeah.
You gone. You gone.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, social media, unfollow, follow culture. I find it very, 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 very intriguing.
So how do we get away from that then? I
just
think it's-
unfollow motherfuckers?
I know, but then it's just it's like I said. The issue with me about unfollowing is that I just want people to understand, and I wish this was the common thought.
Still caring.
Yeah, but I do care.
Okay.
Because I do care about I care about people's feelings. Me.
You care about people's feelings or what they're gonna say about you?
No, I don't care what they say. I couldn't
Okay.
care less about what they say. But
But why people shouldn't get hurt?
I agree with you. We're on the same page with that. I know. That's what I'm saying. So if you're saying it because you're like, I don't like you, essentially, if you unfollow
Not
someone.
only if I don't like you, when I say I don't fuck with you, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just it's my way of speaking.
It's just like you're.
I do not care about what's
Okay.
going on in your life. Not that I hate you. It's just it's a gutter way of saying like I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I really don't care what's going on in your life. Or
So I think it's time that I have to unfollow.
yeah, let's go. Just unfollow whoever you need to
scared,
unfollow.
though.
Don't be scared. Just press the fucking button. Ciao, bye, sayonara. See you
bye.
later.
Oh, there's
And
no
once
Wi-Fi. I
again-
can't. Sorry.
Oh my
Just
god,
like-
what's the
I'm just
Wi-Fi?
like- I'm
But
just like-
anyways, basically, what people need to understand is that if you have this fear of unfollowing people because of what they're gonna think or hurting their feelings, like
Because-
Schleck says, because I find that weird.
No, that's not what I said.
But you're afraid to hurt their feelings.
I'm afraid. I don't want them to. I just no. If
I don't want them to think,
No, listen.
hurt their feelings.
If the overarching understanding of unfollowing someone was that it's just the content that I don't want to consume, but it's the fact that everyone thinks that it's because you don't like the individual. And that's not the case for me. I'm not unfollowing you because I don't like you as an individual. That has nothing to do with feelings. I'm just saying if there was if everyone had the understanding of the content is not something that I want to consume.
But how does that make the person feel if they think that you don't like them? That's where the fear comes for people to unfollow.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Can you
like,
do it?
I've been doing it.
Okay.
Do it. Unfollow it. Unfollow. Bang.
Done.
How did it feel? There you
Good.
go. I'm saying, there you go. You don't want to see that shit no more. You didn't care. But and especially for all the scenarios that happened, you needed to do that. But also what I really want to put emphasis on is that it's like the metaverse. It's like people putting those goggles and like now you could live whatever life you want. You're in this metaverse and you could be whoever you want. It's like we need to remember Instagram, we've been living in the metaverse. Instagram is the metaverse. When I put my profile and I put my highlight reels, I don't put it when I'm a single dad with my kids and I'm crying because my kids are fucking driving me nuts, or I'm losing it because something went wrong at work, or I'm just depressed or sad or broke. Like nobody's posting that shit.
Right.
So it isn't the real world because a lot of people are going through financial challenges. A lot of people are depressed and a lot of people are just in a bad place.
Right.
But we don't post that on Instagram. So therefore it is not reality. So why take it personally when someone unfollows you
it's
or
true.
doesn't like your post or whatever? Like it doesn't fucking matter. People need to remember it is a fictional world. It's not a real world.
Yeah.
once you're gonna start putting like when you're there without makeup, or when you're broke, or when you're not feeling good, or when you're depressed, then we could take it seriously. Then we could be like, yo, this motherfucker's rude.
Yeah.
Like you know me, I catch feelings. When people walk in the gym and they don't know how to say hello, that's where it matters.
You literally will not walk into the gym. If you are in a bad mood that day, if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're pissed at something, you will not come in the gym that day. And it doesn't happen that often because you're not going to let it affect the business.
But I go through phases.
But when you do, you are not going to let the vibes and energy and
projected
sentiments in the gym be affected within the walls of the gym.
100%.
And
I'm
you
a firm
really
believer
put
in that
onto everyone.
Exactly.
I'm like, I try and go in with like a good attitude all the time. And then sometimes once in a while, if someone comes in with a bad attitude, I think about you when you said that. And it's like, why would we want to be there if you don't want to be here?
Exactly.
And you're allowed to have a bad day. No one's saying you're not allowed to have a bad day, but if you don't want to be here, what the hell am I doing here? Yeah.
But it's going back to what I guess social media has instilled in people's minds. And it could stem from somewhere else. I don't know, because I feel like people have been doing this before social media.
Yeah.
But it's, once again, the fear of what people will think. So people will come and work somewhere and keep coming to work as much as they hate their boss. They don't want to, they don't like their coworkers. They don't like the space, but they'll keep coming because they have a fear of either quitting or leaving. And it goes back again to people pleasing. So this is where I feel like the unfollow, follow culture stems from. It's like people are afraid of hurting feelings or what people are going to think. So they fall in this vicious circle of people pleasing. And then now they're the only ones getting hit.
Yeah.
They're the only ones being hurt. Because now every day they have to go on their page and see that person. Like me, it's in relationships. When someone breaks up with someone, it's like, and I love it because Sergio said that. He's like, I did not agree to being anything else but boyfriend and girlfriend. So once we break up, we're done.
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing.
I don't need to follow you. We don't need to be friends. We don't need to hang out.
Yeah.
Like I find it weird when girlfriends are like, oh, you know, like since we broke up, like, we could still be friends.
Okay, we'll keep it back to social media though. What do you feel about then keeping photos of exes? Like, is that just gone? Like, do you have to get rid of that?
I find that weird.
Is that toxic? Like,
I find that weird. Now I've learned that because all my relationships, I'm a show off. Like once I'm in a relationship, you'll know. I want to post it everywhere. I want to scream it on top of the tallest building.
Yeah.
But then what happens when you get into a fight? Oh, you're not posting your girl that often on your stories. Is everything okay? And then whether it's the thirsty girls or the thirsty guys, they start creeping in.
Everyone's creeping in. Yeah,
and it's like the minute you guys delete everything on your page, break up, and then miraculously you get back, it's like, oh, but
everyone knew. Everyone just
knew
knows
you went,
without even having to say it. Everyone knows exactly what was going on.
I get caught in that all the time. Like there's some beautiful girls on Instagram. I'm like, yo, Kadeem, she's not with her man no more. Like, you seen that? She took off everything.
But even at the beginning of my relationship, you literally said to me,
it was always like,
you were like, I don't know if this is it. You're not posting him. And we were going on vacation after vacation after vacation after trip after trip. And you're like, I don't know if this is gonna last. I don't know if this is gonna last. Wow. It's literally you just aren't posting each other. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep it private for as long as possible. And it is working just fine. And now I post them a lot.
Every day. But I get caught in that. It's just, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody thinks that way.
And it's remember back in the day when it used to be like a Facebook official? It's like when you start posting the significant other.
In a relationship.
Yeah. And then that's officially when the relationship
now I'm in a mindset where I'm never going to post. Like my next girl, I can have a girl right now. Nobody knows.
That I don't.
But you know why? Because it was my fourth relationship back to back where it's like, fuck, it did not work. And now I have to delete everything and everybody knows.
No, but it's fun to share memeries though. Like I do see both sides. I know how it can be. It's just because then oftentimes we also compare ourselves back to like toxicity and things. It is easy to compare relationships on social media 100%. As well, because then these people, like I said, are going on trips or going out for dinner 7 days a week or doing these things. And then it's like, well, why isn't my partner doing this? Is there something wrong in my relationship? Yeah. Why isn't my man buying me flowers because it's Tuesday or whatever, all these things. Day, and you see all these unrealistic thing, or realistic or unrealistic, it depends your situation and your relationship. But is that realistic for you? No. And that's okay because you're allowed to make your own rules for relationships. It's not all of what we see on social media that is the hard and firm fist or whatever the expression
But that's why I think you should just keep it off. At first I used to be like, yo, put it on. Let's put it on.
You're killing me
but
right now.
You know how I was. I know.
Like that.
Like I was like, yo, it's my fucking apple of my eye. She's the best. No. And she gone. She ain't there no more. And then it's like, you got to explain it to people. And then like, I just hate, but especially if you're like a quote unquote, I don't want like to use this term, public figure, or like you're someone that's known in your city. Like Montreal's a very small city. Yeah. It's like a lot of people. So
everyone's asking.
Yeah. They're like, yo, Jay, what happened? I'm like, fuck. Yo,
yeah,
she was this, or I did this, or like, and then it's just whack. So I feel like depending on what lifestyle you live, or like even the most private people keep it private and they're the happiest.
Right.
That's what I've realized.
And well, I'm still happy. But
you're still happy. You guys have a special bond. Like honestly, what you guys have is very special, and I can vouch for that. Like not even because we're on camera. Like I feel like it's super special. Gang, I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
But in reality, it's like most people.
But there's fights behind the scenes, and there's this, and there's arguments, and there's the difficult conversations that need to be had behind the scenes too, that are not on social media.
True.
You know?
I just think like, yo, you feel it. You just know it when people are going through when they post their relationship and they're going through something, you just see it. And that's why for me, social media now, like I've decided since my last relationship,
you use it as a different, like, you'll use it different.
I'll post my kids. Me, it's like, I'll show, you want me to show you what love is?
They're going to be in my life forever.
Yeah, I'll show you what love is.
They're not going anywhere.
But also when you have kids and you go through a separation, you realize how, wow, love is way more profound when it's through your own seed than with somebody else, even the person that gave you those kids.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like not even eager to jump in a relationship or even to find love, because I'm like, I have it every single week, every single day. I see my kids and like the love I have for them and the love they give me, you feel so full that you don't need to be in a relationship. And it's beautiful. So it's like someone's going to have to top what they bring to the table for me to fall in love with them. Someone's going to have to top that for me to be like, okay, I could post Shorty all over the place. Yeah. Because she actually surpassed, or she's at the same level.
I don't think anyone will ever
you can never surpass, but I mean like, you know what I mean? You
Which
have
is a
to
good thing too.
You have to show the same caliber that my kids show.
Which is a hard
thing to match. Exactly.
100%.
So I don't know.
And do you foresee, so when, this is like just a fun question, but when do you foresee you allowing your kids to use social media then? And you know what goes on with it? If we're talking about kids then.
Only when my kids are going to have a project that they're passionate about.
Okay, so they're going to be using it for business.
Yeah, because that's what the world is. I'd be stupid to keep them away from it. But I mean, like, my son loves boxing right now. If he continues to love boxing and he wants to show his training and like he wants to follow that route of being a trainer or a famous boxer or like whatever, social media is the best way to get yourself signed to, you know,
just be seen. Just be seen to the right people.
Exactly. So whatever you need, that's your business card to the world.
And Summer's a little dancer.
Summer, but she better stop moving those hips. She really got to stop moving those hips. But whatever Summer's into, I think that's going to be an amazing tool for her to like actually tap into that.
Because there is a lot to learn on social media as 100%. Well. It really can be used as a good tool.
I love social media. Like I love it.
It's a love-hate. I think everyone has that love-hate relationship. There's no one who's like,
I just hate it because I find myself in the, like, I'm a drug addict. I find myself scrolling and refreshing and scrolling. And, like, I'll be watching the like, Krishan Rock and Blueface. And I'm like, why am I?
See, I'm not on that side of IG.
But you see, it's not what because I follow boxing, barber. It's when I go on my Explore.
What's your Explore page? Pull up your Explore page.
My Explore page is horrible.
No. I have, so on my Explore page, I would see... Mine's kind of fun. It's like hair tutorials. It's recipes. I have a lot of this lately. A lot of wedding rings and wedding dresses.
It'd be listening to you. Okay, so I have a lot of families.
Have you seen that? No, wait, pause. Have you seen that meme? Because it listens to you. There's that TikTok where the girl goes, Christian Dior, Tiffany's, Cartier.
And or like tell them to get a therapist.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, no, I'll see a lot of like families, fathers and kids.
See, and like, that's like the good stuff on it.
Sports. And then I'll have rappers. I have like, fan goes viral after getting a dolphin mailbox in honor of Young Dolph. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Or like India and Bali with her best friend.
You're like, okay. I mean? But yeah, it's crazy how like curated it is and personalized for us as individuals. But that's the cool thing about finding new people on social media and then just expanding who you do follow and following the right people.
100%.
For what you want to do.
But yeah, moral of the story, don't be scared to unfollow motherfuckers. Don't let this Instagram thing get to your head, because I found during the pandemic, it was the worst for me. I found myself comparing to other gyms, comparing to other trainers that were
in even different areas.
They were pivoting their business way quicker than I was.
And
I was
you
like,
compare, yeah.
I'm
Why
like,
can't
I'm
I do
not
that? What
ready
am I
to
doing?
pivot.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
I wasn't ready. I was like, no, we need to keep training people in like facilities in person. Like, what is this distancing and all that
Yeah.
shit? So it's like, then I saw trainers not feeling a way about it, but I didn't know they felt the way because they're not showing the negative side. They're just showing like, hey guys, buy my program, or I have an app now, so go. But deep down, they're probably as pissed as I am. It's
But
just
they're
that,
just following what's going on.
and then you get caught up in this fake world of like thinking, hey, they're happy now, they're doing good. In reality, it's just like, yo, it's the metaverse. It's not the real world. So whatever people do, unfollow you, comment something stupid. Like I saw on my old TikTok, because I was trying to log in back into my TikTok, and I saw my old TikTok. Some guy said some racist shit.
Oh my God.
He said, it was a Quebecer. He says, oh, il y a des poules noires sur les toits. Because during the BLM movement, I hopped on a roof and then I put my fist up, and the whole crowd went crazy when there was the thing downtown, the march.
Yeah, there's always gonna be someone who has something to say. That's obviously like horrible.
Yeah,
but I'm just
I don't care. I was just like,
no,
whatever.
I know you don't. But I was just thinking back. Even I don't know if you noticed the comments on our last video, like our TikTok that someone posted, and people are gonna dislagree with everything you say. You can say right things, you can say the wrong things. I'll show it to you after. But you can say the good things, you can say the bad things, and some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it, and it depends where people gravitate towards. But what this all comes down to is essentially, like I said at the beginning, but social media in and of itself, in its core, is not toxic. What makes it toxic is us.
100%.
We're the people who get to choose who we follow, get to follow the pages that we want to post, follow the pages that we want to follow, put out the content that we want to put out. So it's really the user who makes it toxic. But social media in and of itself is not toxic.
Get fucking therapy.
That's it.
Straight up, just get therapy. That's the issue. We're all trauma. We all got trauma, and we're like, oh my God, she has bigger tits than me. I hate myself. My dad didn't love me. Like, nah, get therapy and just get off Instagram. Go enjoy the outdoors and fucking sit down with your friends. Put your shit on airplane mode. I realize everybody puts it on.
Everyone's on do not disturb now.
That's like it's
cool to see though. I'm like, okay, you're not gonna answer anytime soon. That's okay. But then I'm like, especially with you, I'm like, notify anyway. I'm like, I get those. Whatever I have to say is important. Notify anyway.
And then you wake up my son. It's all good.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're gonna talk more about like deeper stuff, I guess, like this. Most of the stuff though we're gonna talk about is relationships that Jay and I kind of fell onto a spot. I know we have to find a way a little bit as a business and as entertainers to position ourselves within the market, and we kind of decided that it will be entertainment, comedy, and relationships is what it's going to tie a lot back into. Obviously today it wasn't, but that's kind of is our overarching goal. There are a lot of pages like on our Instagram stuff where you can find the motivational things, but this is where we want to have a space to just talk, discuss things.
I'm
it's
trying
not
to have
gonna
fun
be,
with this shit.
That's what I was going to say, and it's not going to be one of those things. I don't really like to follow the pages necessarily that's like, do this, do that. Like, I like suggestions to do things, but the motivational content on some platforms is what I want, but podcast is not where I listen to necessarily motivational content. I listen to like affirmations, and I have heard from a lot of people that entertainment is kind of what we more gravitate towards, and we can 100%. Leave the motivational stuff to Jay Shetty and those
the
people.
Ones that really
so
do
us will be here to tell fun stories, to make you laugh.
Personal experiences, basically.
Yeah, and I think that's what's fun to share, because you get to know Jay and I a little bit better, listen to some fun stories, expose ourselves a little bit, and you just get to see a little bit of a deeper side and see things that we agree upon and disagree upon, hence the opposites attract. So tap into the next episode.
Ciao, guys.
Peace.